So geeking cool.
Hey, I'm Frank.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Kevin.
And welcome to another episode of So Geeking Cool. You're probably wondering why I'm standing here dressed like Loki. We are live from
MobiCon in Mobile, Alabama at the Renaissance
Riverview.
Yeah, and this is our first time at this convention. And what you're about to see, I'm going to lay my microphone down, and these guys are going to take over because I'm about to get ready for the costume contest.
Yes, MobiCon has a costume contest for different divisions, and Frank is going to be in the, I believe, Master Division.
And he's going to be in the Master Division. And this is a behind-the-scenes look.
Right. This is my casual Loki, and what you see in front of you is all of the armor pieces for my King Loki, I guess would be the proper term, from the Avengers 2012 movie. I'm actually registered as a journeyman because I have won first place at CoastCon a few years ago, and I have more than 1 to 2 years experience. So
Okay.
quick note before we get started, you won't see me take off or do any back shots because I'm actually sewn into this morning. As we've talked about before, things always can go wrong when you are getting ready to
Prepare.
do any kind
Get
of a
dressed.
cosplay. Yeah. And in this particular case, my zipper broke completely. Like, wouldn't come up, wouldn't go down. It was stuck in the middle. So my wife, Kelly, who you'll see putting the armor on me,
Master
actually
repair specialist.
Yes.
very much. She had to sew me into the costume. When we went downstairs for the parade and the group photo, the photographer actually asked me to step up onto the planter so that he could get some cool action shots. And when he did, the inside of this leg split along the seam. So I'm literally stitched together, and we're going to see how this goes. Anyway.
But, yeah, I mean, it can happen, with cosplay. It's kind of hard to prepare for the unexpected, but unexpected and just happy little accidents can happen. And in my case, I did my bro Thor today, and this morning as I was getting ready for it, I had a bag that I had my wig, my shades, and my gloves in.
Okay.
I opened my travel bag that had all my cosplay stuff. It's not in it. And that's literally a third of my costumes. I literally had to tore my room apart trying to find what I did with this one bag. Come to find out, I had put it into a compartment on the side of my duffel bag. I'd forgotten about it. I happened to unzip it, and I found it. And because it was kind of a stress moment for me.
Correct. And I guess, during con season, if you're going to cosplay, you have to be very well prepared. And I think on previous episodes, we gave a rundown of a list of things needed, a list of requirements for preparation to cosplaying.
Right. You should always double check your gear. In this case, this is kind of one of those, it's not a happy accident, but Kelly and I have talked about doing some major changes to this costume anyway. We've already made some major changes, but we've talked about making even more extensive changes because this is a very hot costume, a lot of pleather, which doesn't breathe well. We've talked about adding some spandex in a couple of spots to give me greater mobility because that's as far up as I can raise my arms.
Okay.
So we actually tailored this one to fit me better, and because it started out bigger, anytime you go smaller, it's like the amount of mobility in the suit always comes down. But I 3D printed all of the major pieces, and I'm going to get back off while you guys talk while she starts putting me together because she gets really mad if I'm not where she can access me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and I would say this, just walking around, and we have some videos and photos from the con floor here live at MobiCon, but it was well received. The Loki costume, as well as your Thor, Thor.
Yeah, Bro Thor. That's the proper name. A lot of people call him Fat Thor,
Okay.
but Bro Thor is a more accepted name.
And that's when he was playing the video games, drinking the beer.
Yes.
Okay. And also, Kelly cosplayed today as the Enchantress.
The Enchantress Amora.
Enchantress Amora. Okay. But yeah, I think that it was a real big hit.
It was.
And very excited to be here at this con. Nice hotel.
Yes. And
Nice.
it's a smaller con, but those can actually be great cons because you have more time to look. It's more of a chill atmosphere, especially when on the vendor floor. If you're at one of the bigger cons, like Pentacon, it's so crowded. And as you're trying to see what the vendors are selling, you literally get pushed out of the way because they're trying to flow the crowd through there. And here, you're able to walk. You can talk to the vendors. You can see what they have to sell. And they have some good items to buy. Okay. I bought it was some Star Trek The Next Generation micro machines from the 90s.
Okay.
One of the vendors had an unopened box. And I also bought a Hot Wheels unopened Millennium Falcon model.
And also, I saw they have some gaming consoles down there as well. I saw.
Yes, there's a local gaming shop, I believe, and he has the SNES console. I think a PS2.
And I saw. Oh well, that's the Super Nintendo system.
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I did see that. And it was, I guess, retailing here for about $135 with an actual game. But a lot of cool things. Also, I ran into someone who writes comics.
Yes.
So it's a great if you're into any of those things. This is a great place to set up vendor information to retail some of those items.
And it's been a real welcoming experience. The people and the staff around the hotel, they've all been supportive. They've even stopped and asked for pictures, from cosplayers. Haven't had a negative experience really yet. It's great atmosphere. It's a great event.
One thing that I learned that I did not know about, and I should have known this, but one of the booths was a Maker's Fair booth where they actually have 3D printers, they have industrial sewing machines, they have Glowforge CNC machines, they have Cricuts, all of the stuff that we actually have purchased ourselves.
Cool.
But it's available for the public, and you pay like a $50 fee for a monthly membership, and they will show you how to use the stuff. What I found out that I didn't know is there's one in Hattiesburg at USM in the library. So I wish I'd known that, because when I first started 3D printing myself, it's a very stiff learning curve. And it would have been very helpful to have other people who could have told me what I was doing wrong, and I'm going to get back off the mic.
But, for me, though, I like to learn by trial by error. Yeah. That's how, I just learn by picking something up and just trying it out. If it don't work, I see where I messed up.
Right.
That's me. But it also does help to have a support network, just in case somebody else may know a better way or a more correct way. It's always helpful, but for me personally, I like trial by error.
Correct. And as I'm watching you get dressed into the King Loki costume, you couldn't do this by yourself.
I could not.
Yeah. So you have to have support to help get you in the I don't know.
A lot of cosplayers, significant other help, but some actually have handlers, friends.
That's a correct term.
That actually help them. Also, the handlers can help, say, when they're walking the floor, because I've actually done this with Frank and Kelly before. When somebody wants pictures, if they're holding, bags or stuff that they've bought, I hold that stuff for them. Or even I'll like the person wanting the picture, I'll even get their phone and take the picture for them.
So it's safe to say today a little bit I was a handler.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
and even in some more extreme cases, sometimes the handler can be more like a little security, because say a female cosplayer and someone's trying to get a little cosplay is not consent, touchy-feely,
Yeah.
Then they can help steer that person away, get that problem took care of.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's I'm just amazed. Now I always see the end result, but I've never, I guess, seen
and
putting on.
And a lot of elaborate cosplay suits. A lot of them can take hours to get into. Because I've seen some, like at Pensacon, I've seen some people in these, let's say, like Mech Warrior mechs, and these things probably weigh 20 and 30 pounds. Foam and foam and fiberglass, whatever, and they'll tell you it takes them good 2 or 3 hours sometimes because they have all kinds of panels to attach. They have to have the undergarment suit, and they attach everything to it, and it's a very intricate process for some more advanced cosplays. See, with the Loki here, Frank, I believe you Velcro most of your armor pieces on, and you have to put them on in a certain order, especially with the hair piece, because you have to have the hair before the helmet. Make sure the hair is out because it can fold up underneath. So that's why it's another good thing to have someone to help see all that.
It is. It's
coming together.
Yeah, it's definitely accurate.
And that's something like you'll notice that Kelly actually has a very good system because before you ever come to a con, we do this with Darth Vader. We've done it with Batman. She'll actually put it on 2 or 3 times at home to get a feel for how it is.
The order and I guess
best practices. As a matter of fact, the first time I wore this was at Pensacon earlier this year, and Kevin was there. When I went to put this shoulder piece that she just put on, it's actually that one. It was the right shoulder piece. It fell to the ground and part of it broke off. So we had to do an emergency repair.
Yep.
It's like every time you go to a con, part of the greatest challenge is not putting on the costume. It's overcoming the hurdles if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why having, trial runs, you said try it on at home, it comes in handy. And, especially you want to make sure it's comfortable. Because if you're going to be wearing it for 2 or 3, 4 hours, you want to make sure you're comfortable in it. Also, if it's something that's going to be very hot, maybe kind of get a little endurance, get used to wearing it. Like today, my Thor suit, I was literally wearing a shirt, a long sleeve pull-up, a long sleeve cashmere or I can't remember, I'm drawing a blank, and then the wig, and it being, we was inside, but it was still 60, 70, 80 degrees inside, and not, it's hot.
Yeah, and so I know one of the things I was saying, make sure you drink water, stay hydrated, but that can become an issue if you're in a costume, say the Loki, King Loki. So definitely,
yeah, and that's where the you want to drink beforehand, to keep from being dehydrated, especially if you're going to be outside a lot during the summer months.
Yeah.
To make sure you stay hydrated.
That's definitely one of the things that Kevin was really good about today. He kept saying, "Brother, hydrate."
Brother, you hydrate. Yeah.
Right, because I'm the world's worst to forget to drink water.
Yep. And that's something I want to shout out to MobiCon for because
they got the water
everywhere. Yeah, on the vendor floor, they actually have the water dispensers set up every right around some of the exit doors, and that's the first time I've ever seen that anywhere at a con.
Well, part of the reason why I'm doing this contest is to give a little bit of a behind the scenes on how this goes. We're going to get some more footage later on. I think now we're going to go report. I've got 45 minutes to get down there, get prejudged, and then I'll have to show back up for the actual costume contest. We'll let you guys know the results. Thank you so much for taking this journey with us. MobiCon has been fantastic so far. We have met other podcasters from our local area that we're going to be doing some fantastic things with. I think this has been a great experience for all of us.
Yeah, great networking as well, to network with other cosplayers, podcasters, and many others.
Yep. So, in closing, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe,
and comment.
share it with your friends. Yeah, comment.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about the costume. Tell us what you think about costumes we can do in the future, any future collaborations we could do. I mean, I'm still trying to get Derek to do a full-blown Lando and me do my Han Solo.
Yeah.
Kevin's wanting to do a TIE fighter pilot. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up.
And we got time. It's con season, so we definitely got time.
With that, I'm Frank.
I'm Derek.
I'm Kevin.
And this has been
So Geeking Cool.
So geeking cool.